Hi, my name is Ramirez, and I was born in Dallas, Texas, and I am a Chicano. I speak some Nahuatl. I speak both Spanish and English. I am lucky to be in my ways of living in the Mexica community, which is a native, indigenous way of living. Since I was little, I started speaking Spanish. I would get confused because I would be like, well, when you're a kid, you don't really think about it. But I would still get confused on like why I would have to call an object two things. But then, you start to learn that there's like different people and different people say different things in different languages. And, growing up, I would have to translate a lot for my parents, for my family. So, that's how I practice my Spanish. I began to mix a lot of Spanish and English words. For example, in the Spanglish language is like parquear, or like when you really should say estacionar, or like tiqueta, which is like supposed to be boleto. Existence is resistance. So yes, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I've been so individual, like my life has led to, being the very first in my family to be an American. I follow, a lot of indigenous forms of living in my life because I do come from a Mexican heritage, and I do support a lot of these, especially in times like now where being Mexican is like extremely scary. It's it's a form of like, I'm here and I'm gonna live the way I am, and I'm gonna carry these traditions with me because they're a part of who I am, they're a part of my family, they're a part of my ancestry, they're a part of all these people that have worked very hard and have sent various prayers and have died for me to be able to even live these beautiful, like this beautiful consciousness and this beautiful knowledge, and just I'm really happy to be a part of it, and it's a part of my journey to be still carrying these things with me. Specifically, I like to use Spanish to help people who can't speak English, because English is such a tool that's used to be able to just get around and do things that people just do on a daily basis. So whenever I see someone who cannot speak English, I like to like step in and try to translate as best as I can. Because I grew up with my parents not being able to speak any kind of English, and I was an elementary school kid and I was barely learning English, but with the little I knew, I still tried to help. And I think from that I can feel what other people feel when they struggle with just speaking and trying to understand something. I think that should be like a goal within everyone, trying to use language to connect and to give, and as well, know other languages to receive as well. I feel like if I did not come to the university, I would not be aware of what it meant to have these labels. There's all different kinds of culture and different types of like diversity in people. Instead of using these labels to separate ourselves, we should, you find like connections of how we're all similar. But I'm really glad that through education I'm learning, what it means to be Latino, or what it means to be Hispanic, what it means to be Chicano or Mexican American, what it means to be, Native, what it means to be mestizo, and just all these different things helping me with my self-identity and just helping me discover, what I represent.